Welcome to Daily Armor. Today I'm going to be in the book of Psalms 119, looking at verse 75. Psalms 119, looking at verse number 75, and it says, I know, Lord, or I know, O Lord, that thy judgments are right, and that thou in faithfulness has afflicted me. I want to talk today, just for a few minutes, about the blessings of discipline. The pain of discipline, but the blessings of discipline. And I know that's kind of a strange topic, but I look at my life and when I think about that the Lord, He disciplines me, then I think about the Lord, He is being my Father. He's being my dad. And there's no more wonderful experience than to know that you do have a personal one-on-one relationship with God Himself. He's not, over here and I'm over here. We are joined together through the blood of Jesus Christ, communicating through the embodiment of the Holy Spirit once that I was saved, and He is my Father. With that comes great blessings, absolute great blessings. It comes with great responsibility. I'm the child of the King. I have responsibilities. I am a princess, but I have to act, and I am responsible for maintaining a proper relationship, a proper fellowship with Him, respectful, and doing things His way. And as I've hurt myself, and I'm not saying that God has afflicted me with this pain. But I've hurt myself, and through I was thinking about that pain's not always a bad thing, that it's okay to be in pain. It humbles us. It reminds us that we don't have everything figured out. It reminds us that we're not invincible. It reminds us that we cannot go in our own power. My Sunday school lesson yesterday, I really pushed and hammered on that Jesus, when He gave the Great Commission, what He said right when He was giving the Great Commission, you'll find that in the book of Matthew, chapter 28, verses like 17 through 20, something like that. When he was sharing those last words with those 11 disciples, He said that He had been given all power both in heaven and in earth. Why did He start with that? Because He was fixing to give them a great commission. He was fixing to give them a job to do that they did not have the power to do. He was fixing to give them a task that they didn't know how they were going to do it, that they actually were not going to be able to do it. But He's starting with that He said He had all power both in heaven and in earth. All power. That means that I'm not going to go in my own power. And every once in a while, the Lord afflicts me, or allows affliction to be in my life, and that reminds me I can't do this for myself, with my own abilities, with my own power, because I'm limited. He doesn't want me to use He wants me to be obedient, but He does want me to go forth in my own power or my own abilities. It's not about my abilities. There's a lot of things that He asks me to do that always goes outside of what I'm able to do. I seem to always be saying, but Lord, I don't know how. But Lord, I know You're going to show me. I know You're going to help me. I know, I'm limited on my skills, but Lord, I'm relying on You. And He's like, that's what I want. That's what I want. And if I ever get a little, get overstimulated, get overexcited, and I kind of, are pushing forward, He will oftentimes pull me back, afflict me, slow me down a little bit. Sometimes I have a tendency to want to get ahead. I want to jump that gate. I've used that example before about that horse that's, it's ready. It's fixing to hear the sound, whether it's a shot or a bell or whatever that's going to go off, and they're going to open those gates, and it's going to take off. Or like a drag racer sitting in that light, waiting on that light tree, waiting on it to start, and it's going down, down, down until they're wanting to see that green light. And they can be disqualified if they go before it turns green. Disqualification. It don't matter if you were the fastest one to get down the track. You've been disqualified if you jump the light. And I'm real bad, and I have to be reminded, don't jump the light. Don't jump the light. Don't jump the gate. Don't go too soon. And oftentimes he will do things that slow me down. He will put me in circumstances that slow me down. He's in control. He reminds me all the time he's in control, and I want him to. And I don't feel beaten up over it. I don't feel beaten down about it. I don't feel, like he's being angry with me or upset with me, or that he is shunning me or abusing me or anything like that. I feel so loved. Lord, thank you for slowing me down. Thank you for reminding me, because I was starting to feel panicked. Thank you for reminding me that it's not about that. I'm getting older and I'm slowing down, and it's not about my strength. It's not about my abilities. It's not about my smartness, because I don't have much of that. It's not about if I'm good with my words. It's not about if I can sing that song in the right key or not. If you want me to do it, then even if I squeak through it, then that's what I'm supposed to do. It's not about any of that, but to simply be obedient and rely on him. I can be a little bit independent, and he pulls me back in. He takes that shepherd's hook and he hooks me, and he pulls me back in. He's like, you're going too far. He's like, come on back here, Teresa Gale. You're going a little too far. Get up there and get back to being busy to what you're supposed to be doing, and leave all that other stuff up to me. And so there are blessings in his discipline, in the pain that he allows us to go through, in the unknowns, because he is bringing us, when he brings me back, he's bringing me closer to him. See, I have a tendency to run a rabbit. There's a squirrel. I have a tendency to do that. And I think we all have a tendency to do that. But he'll bring me back close to him, and he'll help me. And even if, even if I am afflicted with some pain, like I'm afflicted right now with some really, really bad back pain, I know the Lord's going to help me through it. He's already has been helping me through it. And I look at it not as cruel, but as, Lord, thank you for slowing me down, reminding me that I don't have to go forth. I don't have to know. I don't have I don't have to figure things out, because you've already got them figured out. You have all the power. You have the plan. You know how to open the doors and close the doors, and I don't have to worry about all this stuff. I just simply need to be obedient and go back to what you've been telling me to do. Get grounded, get rooted, stay close to you, keep my eyes on Jesus. All my hope is in Jesus. And even if, I can't do things that I could do maybe 20 years ago, that's okay. You're still using me, and all my hope is in you. And so I don't look at those times in our life as bad. Also, something I noticed that is the people that I pray for, there's about 5 people that I know deal with chronic pain. And I'm telling you, when you get afflicted with some pain, even if it's just temporary, and I feel like mine's temporary, I feel like it'll only be here for a short time. I get to go to the chiropractor, not until Thursday, but I get to go. Even for a short time, you pray a little harder for those that are afflicted with this chronically, who deal with this every day. And I pray a little harder when I'm afflicted with this pain. And maybe that's the why the Lord has afflicted me with this pain right now, or allowed it to happen. I'm not saying that he did. I'm saying he's allowed it through circumstances. I've hurt myself. I've hurt myself. I don't feel like the Lord's hurt me. He can, if he chooses to. If that's what he wants to keep me close to him, then that's what he will do. If this needs to be an affliction that is something chronic that I'll have to deal with the rest of my life, then he will do that to keep me close to him, to help me to not wander off, to not get too far, to not go out on my own. To stay really, really close to him. And so as I am going through this pain, and you're going through pain, pray and ask the Lord to help you through it. He's going to be faithful to do that. But also see that there is blessings in the midst of it. It draws us closer to him. It helps us to pray harder for those that are afflicted all the time, who are struggling chronically on a daily basis. And I think it makes us, it humbles us. It makes us more compassionate on others and makes us closer to the Lord. And there's never anything wrong with that. So thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again soon.